guys, Courtney here with Courtney's Customs. I hope everybody had a fantastic Christmas, and I hope you all are ready for the new year because I am totally ready to get 2020 behind me. So today I'm going to be working on a sea turtle tumbler, kind of stepping away from the Christmas and the winter and the snowflakes and everything else I've been doing, and I just want to take a break from all of that and make something kind of beachy. So I have a 20 ounce from Maker Flow Crafts and I spray painted it white. I'll have my link for Maker Flow in the description. And I'm also going to be using some apple barrel acrylic paints. I got these at Walmart. This one is just white, this one's Laguna, and this one is tropical blue. So what I'm going to be doing is mixing these in with epoxy and doing a acrylic drip, not really a drip, like I'll show you. I've posted a video of it before in the past. I'm not really sure what to call it, but that's going to be the outer color of this, and then whenever that epoxy cures tomorrow, I'll be putting some sea turtles on it and some really pretty glitter at the bottom and the top. So I think that's all we're going to need for right now. So with all of that being said, let's get started. So I've got all of my paints mixed up into my epoxy here, and I'm going to start with this lagoon color. And I'm just taking my popsicle stick and letting the paint and epoxy drizzle all over the cup. I'm not going for any specific pattern or anything like that. I'm just randomly drizzling the paint epoxy all over it. It's going to look like a big mess here in the beginning if you've never done this before, but I promise you it's going to look really, really cute whenever this is all done. Now I'm going to go in with the Caribbean blue and just do the same process. Again, no specific pattern. I'm just more focusing on the blank spots on this one that the first color didn't hit. Now I'm going to go in with my heat gun, and this is where it really starts to tie together. I am just putting it pretty close and holding it on the acrylic paints, and the longer you do that, the more it's going to start to blend together. And you're going to start to see your epoxy kind of move around, and that's totally fine. You just want to make sure to not try to burn it. See, I'm kind of like manipulating where the paint kind of blends, and the more you do that, the better it's going to look. And now I'm going to go in with just some more of the epoxy and paint and just fill in some more little blank spots that I wasn't totally happy with. Now I'm going to go in with the white, and I am just barely doing very, very thin lines with this. I'm just letting it very gently fall a little tiny bit at a time. I don't want too much. I just want it to kind of help with that wave effect in the water look that I'm going for. And now I'm going to hit that with just a little bit more heat just to get that white to blend. And that is it for this part, so now I'll let it spin until tomorrow, and I will come back and do my decals and my glitter and everything else that I'm wanting to do. Alright, so the next day, this is what it looks like. I think it's super pretty. What I'm going to do next is put little sea turtles on here. I'm only going to put 3 because I don't want them to be like super overloaded with sea turtles. And then I'm going to have a little bit of glitter at the top and bottom. But first I'm going to put the sea turtles on. And I don't know if you can really see or not because I'm not going to weed them out just yet. But I got this file from Etsy. I just typed in sea turtle silhouette and this is what came up. So I'm going to try something new here. And I need my sea turtles to be glittery. And I could have done like a peekaboo method. I could have made, you know, like my first coat of this, the glitter color I'm going to use, and then try to do a peekaboo with it. But I was really worried about making a huge mess and ruining everything by trying to do this paint method over it and then try to pull the vinyl up. So I'm going to try something new. I feel like it's going to work in my head, but I'm not totally sure. So I'm going to make these glittery. So I'm going to go ahead and put you down here. I've already been working with this color, sorry, a little bit today. So this color I'm using is Clearance C from the Glitter Grind. I just took it out and I'm using an old shaker that I have from them. So if you see this label that says Halo, ignore that. This is just a Clearance C. There's absolutely nothing wrong with this glitter. It was just on clearance, so I got super lucky. So what I'm going to do is put just a little bit of Mod Podge. Like I'm going to use my finger. And then immediately sprinkle it with the glitter that I'm using. Get this Mod Podge off my hand before I go any further, so I'm not covered. Now I'm just pushing it down into the Mod Podge here to make sure everything's sticking real good. And right now it looks like a glittered mess, but I'm gonna see if this is gonna work here. So let me get this back into my shaker so I don't make a mess or waste any of it, because this is a gorgeous color and I got it on clearance. All right, I'm going to very gently place it on my wax paper, and this is why I love using wax paper. I feel like it's not going to ruin my glitter. And I'm going to do this right here. I'm scraping the back of it. I'm going to try and peel it off here. I don't want any of it to stick on this white paper. Like I normally would. But it looks like it's all going too. So really I have another idea. Look how pretty that turned out though. Oh, I wish that would have worked. But I have another idea. I'm going to use this as a stencil. I'm going to improvise right in the middle of my video here. So I am just going to lay this down on here. Make sure all these little pieces are down. That's so pretty. Oh, I just want to like save that and maybe do something with it one day. Okay, so I'm going to put some Mod Podge on that and use it like a stencil and see what happens. This brush is probably not going to work. It feels like it's very hard. I just found that brush, so don't judge. I must have not rinsed it off last time I used it. Make sure all them little sections have Mod Podge on them. Okay, let's try this again. Now peel this off. Let's see if that's going to work. Ta-da! Yay! Clean that up a little bit around it. Let that Mod Podge dry, and then I'll seal it. So I'm going to let that Mod Podge dry really quick. Do the other two turtles, and I will come back. So I went ahead and applied epoxy, and the glitter I'm using is Under the Sea from Missy's Decal Shop. And it's kind of like a chunky mix version of what I just used from the glitter grind. It looks very similar in the color, just a chunky mix. And I'm just very gently tapping along the bottom. I'm not trying to make it perfect. I'm trying to make it not quite ombre, but not look like a perfectly straight line of glitter, if that makes sense. Now I'm going to come up here to the top and just do the same thing. Try not to make like a perfect line. Chunky glitter can be kind of hard to work with if you're just getting it right out of the shaker. Sometimes it can clump up and not come out the way you want it to. But I think that looks good. So that's all I have for you today for this sea turtle tutorial. If y'all have any questions, like always, please feel free to comment, and don't forget to subscribe. Thanks guys. Bye.